Welcome back, guys, to some more stories. I'm gonna go ahead and spare.
Hesitated. Zenobia was his greatest enemy. She was the Emperor's daughter and his greatest general, and the single person Renato least wanted to remove from this world, especially that way. She was holding her arms out before her, hands fluttering, fending him off with hopeless urgency. Nope. She was weaving a spell. He couldn't move. "This thing is evil," she said. She slid the Iblistone out of its slot in his gauntlet and slipped it into a bag. "Maybe we can learn from it." She eyed him with a strange, wry, apologetic look. "I missed you too."
Aww.
And before he could move again, she was gone. Learned from the Iblistone? What did that mean? Would she take it to the palace or to the observatory on the Nexus? If she thought it was evil, she wouldn't want it in the palace. And, after all, it was evil, wasn't it? Maybe I can outrace her to the observatory, thought Renato. Cats can run faster, but foxes can run longer. Renato felt a little sick. Ever since Zenobia had taken the stone from him, he'd felt an ache that wouldn't go away. He missed it. He wanted it back. He needed it back. Why hadn't he killed her when he had the chance? She was the enemy. He hadn't even seen her in 14 years. Why had he hesitated? "You're a sucker for an empowered woman." Renato kicked himself. Don't make that mistake again.
He has the hots for her.
He
I think
some way
every
to break
time
the
I do
ice with
this
wall, so to speak.
I'm pretty sure every time I've done that. Yeah. Alright, let's see if I can catch up to her. And what do I learn? Oop. Oops, wrong way. Open sesame! The counter's real. Insta kill, insta kill. White? Okay. Because that makes sense.
Zenobia thought the stone was evil. Was it? Well, yes, but he still longed to have it back. He'd felt so good killing ravens with it, and yet he'd felt unclean ever since he'd touched it. She confused him. She'd made him want to be a better fox, and then she'd abandoned him, never telling him she was the Emperor's daughter, never contacting him since. Well, who was she to tell him the stone was evil?
This internal struggle he's having is dandy. Why? How do I not know how to get over there?
Good thing Renato didn't have vertigo.
Ow. Ow! Man, I'm really bad at this. I'm just gonna keep standing in the fire. Makes me happy. Oh, oh, wow. Okay. The counters are real. The insta-kills are real. Yeah. one more battle, another level up. It's gonna be awesome.
With materials like this, he could probably make a really nice pair of barbecue tongs. Or even a sword.
Can I could upgrade a new sword? Is that what that's saying now? I thought the next sword was 100. And cutscene.
The scientist's toes were pointing arcane instruments at the stone and looking at it through prisms and reflections.
Mine, said Renato as he took back the stone.
Well, we need it for science, croaked the toads. So he killed them. He felt better immediately. Smarter, too.
I thought you'd never come for me,
Whispered the stone. Then, a far-speaker toad croaked in something like Zenobia's voice.
Renato, leave the stone with the toads. It will swallow your soul. You'll kill everyone you love.
That did seem vaguely familiar. But Renato had an army to lead, an empire to bring down.
We are gonna go kill the far speaker.
Whispered the stone. It was right. Wasn't Zenobia the Emperor's greatest general? Wasn't Renato fighting for the rebellion? Of course you wouldn't want him to have it.
Wouldn't you be a better emperor than Isaac III?
Added the
Yes.
stone. You know
Yes,
what?
I would.
I would, thought Renato. Or maybe he said it out loud. He would go see the council and lead their armies to victory. All he had to do was call them on the far speaker. Ah, damn. Well, wouldn't they be surprised anyway?
I'm confused why he said damn, but, you know.
Ah, the ruins. Renato had come there as a kid when it was still the fabulous city of Ubar, before the Emperor's ravens had come to pillage ancient books from its library and destroyed it. Now the rebel council lay hidden underneath the ruins. And between here and there, all these ravens to kill. They deserved it for what they'd done to the city. And the faster he could kill them, the more of a rush they gave him.
Everybody dead. Level up time.
Renato felt like he was bursting with knowledge. But what kind?
Ooh. More stamina. No. No. Probably needing more health. That's probably the most important thing. I like how this is still on fire in the
He
rain.
missed her. Not Zenobia. Hypatia, the kid's mother. Renato had never thought he'd date a librarian. He'd always figured himself for the barmaid type. But then, he'd never figured the library of Ubar would have comic books, or that Hypatia would know anything about them. He missed her.
Interesting. It's an interesting inner dialogue there. Because it doesn't really make sense with the rest of the story.
He tried to be nice to Zenobia, not killing her and all. What did she do? She stole the gem from him, and made him kill all those scientists. Next time she'd see.
There's one I'm missing up this way.
The platform
think.
used a hybrid propulsion system fueled by anti-gravity and wishful thinking.
Not that way. This way, right? Oh. Guess not. It's okay. not important. Go this way. Go this way.
Whispered the stone. Renato knew how the stone felt. Each raven he killed gave him a little jolt of pleasure. But he could only kill them so fast, and the pleasure wore off too quickly. Hopefully soon he would face a more powerful adversary. Yes, whispered the stone. But not with a bunch of mangy ravens.
Oh, okay.
See? With enough leverage, you could go anywhere.
Interesting. I guess I'm going this way.
The long stairs. So he was close to the rebel base. Nothing was on fire. So far, so good.
The insta-kill is real.
Only he had some way to break the ice. Or convince it he was a friend.
What happens now? What happens this time through?
As he reached the secret entrance, he was shocked to see Zenobia talking with the council. She bore a white flag.
The council has betrayed you.
Whispered the stone.
Kill them.
What are you doing here, love? Renato demanded. Come for the brown muffins?
She's worried about you.
Croaked the council speaker.
We all are.
You're not yourself, Zenobia said. Before they could get into the rest of the intervention, he leapt at her. Unfortunately, the council speaker blocked him, so he slew her and the other council members. I'm not giving up, cried Zenobia as she darted off into the ruins. I think I just killed the entire rebel council, said Renato.
See how much power they've given you.
But they were on my side, weren't they?
No one is on your side. Except for me.
He set sail for the fleet. There, at least, there would be enemies to kill.
Man. Killing my own team. All for the sake of power.
Unless that was the Iblastone talking. He could never be sure. Anyway, who needed other rebels here? They'd only get in the way. A true hero fights alone after he's got all his friends killed.
Sounds about right.
The portal was heavily guarded. It must go someplace they really didn't want it to go.
Yeah? To the end. Insta-kill! Man. So powerful. I wonder if it does allow them attacking from off-screen. Insta-kill!
Renato got surprisingly unwounded.
It does. These things don't like when I hit them. Ow.
The world
To
was
the
so
end.
beautiful. Everything was glowing, breathing, alive. Except, okay, the ravens. But the wind was alive, like a million fingers caressing his hair. He'd never felt so powerful. He never felt so sexy.
What?
Somewhere down the path would be the Emperor. Renato would slay him, most powerful man in Erda. And the Ibla Stone would give Renato all that power. And he would be Emperor. Then he would set everyone free.
Set everyone
Imagine
free.
if you built a house of one of these things. It would be amazing. It would be like having a boat.
What? It would be like having a boat? I mean, because it is a boat. Whoop! Whoop! Okay. I wonder what's gonna happen this time. I've already fought these guys once. I know that the one I'm doing is supposed to unlock a Zenobia quest chain. Man, the insta-kill is just too much. The bird.
At last, he was face to face with Zenobia. She was still unarmed. No fire crackled from her claws.
Excellent.
Whispered the stone. He raised his sword for the killing blow. Is this what you really want? She asked. Or is it what the stone wants?
Think of the power.
Insisted the stone. I don't want to kill you, he told Zenobia, his arm still raised. I know, but he could not put the sword down. It wants blood, he told her. I know. Oh, help me, he said. She stabbed herself. Take my blood, she said.
No, you mustn't.
Cried the Ibla Stone. Oh no! Why did you... He ran to embrace her, and she plunged her bloody dagger into his heart. Why? He said. We'll be together in the halls of the Valiant, she said. I love you, he said. Thank you. And the Ibla Stone screamed, and then it began to glow. It burst into flames. It burned like an ember. And then it was ash that blew away in the wind.
So epic.
And Zenobia and Renato died in each other's arms.
How did
We should go
Ronaldo
back
die?
to some of the choices he'd faced before. Maybe there were new paths that had opened up. Like those doors he was opening up all over the map that took him to new treasures and around his enemies. But he'd learned another true thing. Zenobia still had feelings for him.
Bum bum bum. Oh, 2 levels. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.